Hi, welcome back to the Intuitive Wonderland. I am your host, Dr. Katie Williams.
I'm your host, Melody Anderson.
And we are here live with you after completing our gateway meditation that we're going to be putting on Patreon. So if you're interested in a membership, we will have that up and running really soon. We don't have it quite yet. But for now, I will post this on YouTube so you can still hear these conversations. And it was quite the experience today.
It was intense.
We focused on vaccines. Mm-hmm. We've been having a lot of conversation about vaccines since last week. Mm-hmm. You could go to Mel's page and see her post that's there. We had quite a bit of discussion there, and it was really good. I liked that Andrew was offering the other perspective.
Yes, I did too.
Like it gave me an opportunity to push, well, what do I think about that? Or where does my mind go with that?
Right.
Or, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's the nice thing about having discussions like that.
I agree.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily know, because years ago, before I wasn't even entertaining the idea of vaccinating my son when I had him because I had done prior research. But when I was in the doctor's office, I grabbed some information on vaccines, and it does go over the how often that there are different side effects, and they were way more common than Andrew was saying in the comments. So I was reflecting on that too. Even death is a side effect of. I think
that it's like that with a lot of medications,
right?
And even on the TV, like when the commercial comes up and possibly death, and they say it like da 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 da, like it's
no big
nonchalant.
Just an anecdote. No big deal at all. No big deal.
You want to get rid of that sty in your eye? You may die.
Yeah. Oh my gosh!
You didn't mean to write.
She swallowed the fly. I guess she'll die. Yeah, seriously, and I think that goes with all things. Like that was one of my issues with fluoride in the water. You might drink 1 glass of water a day. I might drink 1 gallon a day.
Right.
How do you figure out the dosage? But that's another topic.
What's your water where you are?
Groundwater.
You're well?
Mm-hmm.
I'm well too.
Yeah.
Which makes me feel better.
Yeah, me too.
I like knowing that.
I still filter it.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
I drink it straight out of the tap.
Well, I don't know. It's coming downstream from the herd at my house.
Ew.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm making that up.
Anyway, it was a really good gateway because it offered a lot of perspective. So we first talked about our own views on vaccines and experiences, and then we went in and got a spiritual perspective. And I felt like it did kind of round it out.
It did. It did round it out. It was some people have harsh reactions to the vaccines and some people don't.
Right. And
whether or not they're beneficial, it did say that it is beneficial for some and not for others.
Right.
So I was leaning on we're being poisoned by the government. That's been my whole...
Gotcha.
For my whole life, I've felt that way. So, my perspective hasn't changed a tremendous amount, but I do know that there are a lot of people that don't have a reaction to the vaccines.
Right.
But being a hairdresser, being behind the chair and hearing all of the different side effects that people had toward the last vaccine that was being pushed on everybody, that was like,
Well, and I don't follow the news much, but what's the new one that's out?
Is it the Hanta?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's going to be the same kind of thing.
I saw this funny meme, and it shows this cartoon image of someone inserting an earplug. It says to avoid having a reaction to the Hanta virus, just insert your earplugs.
That's funny.
Well, and that's how I felt. Like through COVID, I was doing a mail route, and everybody is like running around with masks on. I'm refusing to wear the mask as much as possible. And everybody's like, you got to go get that vaccine. I'm like,
yeah.
No, I was daring that virus to get me. I was daring it.
I think I had COVID.
Oh, I know I had it later, but while my ex-sister-in-law, who I lived with, got it, and I'm working the mail route. I'm working 65 hours a week, She is coughing and sneezing, not even covering her mouth. She was sick for like 6 months.
Whoa.
I did not get it. My niece, she also got sick with it, and I'm riding in a car with her. You know, we're in close proximity. I did not get it. I mean, I think mindset has a lot to do
with
with
energy. Yes, I agree. So I had what I think is COVID. It was March. So it was right before they started like being able to test for it. You know, is at that beginning. And I'm sure I attracted it because it was in the news, and I am a very open person. And I don't protect myself very well. And I know that.
Right.
So I think I was susceptible to bringing that experience on. But I was so sick that John had to take care of the kids, and that's saying something.
That is saying something.
I was laying in bed like, oh, I'm not well.
Right.
And they couldn't give me any, I mean, we didn't know anything at that point.
Right.
So I think that was probably it. It was the virus that was going around. I got over it in a couple days, like I would anything.
Right.
And then I didn't get anything like that again. And I never got vaccinated or anything.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah. I chose not to do that. I was fearful at first because I was like, whoa, like they're telling us. I still trusted.
Right.
At that point. At one point, John had been in contact, or he'd got the sniffles or something. I don't know what it was, but I made him sleep up at my sister's house in their RV.
Oh, that's
for
awesome.
like a week. I think he had
Right.
to stay away because I was afraid that he was going to get the kids sick, and they were little.
Right.
And then I eventually woke up and I realized what was really happening. And
I think that because I was so anti-vax to begin with, and I've always said I'm not anti-vax, I'm just a no-vaxxer, but I'm really more anti. I think that because of that, when all of this started to crop up, I thought, one more level of control to see what they can get away with. And so I didn't believe any of the hype from the very, very, very beginning. But also, one needs to remember, I lost my son in January of 2020. So at that point, I was still very numb.
yeah.
And had anybody expressed any concern for my health or safety, I'd be like, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to peace out and leave this body. And at any time, I'm ready to leave this body. You know what I mean? I'm not, but what I'm getting at is, so while everybody else was in fear for their lives, that's the last thing that was on my mind. And one day I was sitting down watching TV, and somehow the news came on. And within minutes, I was like, no wonder everybody is scared to death.
Yeah.
The way that they portrayed this virus and the way they chose to treat it.
Right.
Rather than, removing ivermectin from anybody's reach and saying it's the worst thing in the world for this. Well, I was fast. I did a 40-day fast, and around 25, because I was still working, I ended up getting COVID, and I wasn't going to stop fasting. I wanted to continue the fast. Someone brought me some of the horse paste. I took it.
Oh, was it a paste?
Well, some of it's in gel form, some of it's in paste form.
I did a liquid.
Oh, okay. Was it for horses?
It's for animals.
I got the tube kind, and I just took like a quarter dose for my weight. And the next day I felt so much better.
Yeah.
And I thought, even a dear friend of mine said, don't do the ivermectin. The science isn't there. Well, I'm not really jumping on what the science is saying either. So if I'm one that likes to experiment with my own body, I do a lot of cleansing. I do a lot of dietary things.
Yeah.
And supplements. And if I feel better from something, then...
Well, I think anybody should take that stance because it covers everybody.
No.
Ever. For anything.
No.
Except for love.
Except for love. Except for love.
Yeah.
But the people that again, behind the chair, you see a lot of stuff. And the people that regularly go to the doctors and that are on more and more medications, there's like, sometimes they're twitchier. There's a lot, and I'm not saying, a lot of that's probably pain management stuff too. But the more and more drugs that we end up having to take in the pharmaceutical realm, the more and more we're going to need to take because they create more
other problems. Plus, then it's really hard to tease out the chicken or the egg.
The chicken or the egg. I had a friend, a very dear friend. She said she worked for a pharmaceutical company when she was younger. And she overheard the president, not overheard, she was in the meeting, the president saying, I do not want to hear the word cure. That is not what we're doing. We're here to make money. This is a business. So there you go.
Wow.
Yeah.
The president said that?
Mm-hmm. The president of the whatever pharmaceutical company
admitted that?
Well, yeah, they're in a meeting. It's a business.
Oh, I
they're
see.
there to make
they didn't
money.
put that out to the public
Oh,
themselves.
no.
Oh, okay.
This was in their...
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Well, that just says it right there.
Well, I think it's pretty obvious, you know.
We all know they're...
Yeah.
I mean, everybody,
Mm-hmm.
even those that are really for it, know it's
Mm-hmm.
for money. They've
Absolutely.
got to, on some level.
Yes. Well, I would hope so.
Well, yeah.
And I think that's why people are waking up, too.
I think so, too. Yeah. Ultimately, I would just like to encourage people to sit with yourself.
Yeah. Look within.
Yeah. Just ask, is this something that's good for me?
Mm-hmm.
Do muscle testing.
Right.
Or dowsing.
Right.
You know, like tune in spiritually, because just because it's helping other people doesn't mean it's going to help you.
That's a fact.
Or maybe it'll help you and it doesn't help other people.
Yeah.
Like, you need to I don't mean it like that, but I think everybody can benefit from asking themselves.
Right.
First.
Tuning in. Yeah. Learning, like you just brought up muscle testing. Learning to muscle test. I learned by pushing down on my index finger with my middle finger. And for most people, strength is yes and weakness is no, but I'm the opposite. So you just have to figure that out and learn. Some people do ring tests. If you use your pinky and your thumb and ring test, like a strength would be a yes and a weakness is a no. So you ask a question and you give it enough of a push to get an answer. But you just have to ask obvious questions until you start gaining some confidence in it. And then
Trust.
start, yeah.
Like you would say, what color would you consider that?
I would consider this a dark teal or a marine.
You would say, am I wearing a dark teal shirt?
Mm-hmm.
And then you would muscle test and see.
Yep.
In therapy, I teach my clients to ask their body to show them what a yes feels like and what a no feels like.
Go.
And then we ask questions based on that, and they tell me what they're getting. Am I getting a yes or am I getting a no? And it can be different for everybody. I did it with Ian. I'm pretty sure his yes was in his legs, and his no, I think, was in his chest. Someone else, their yes is in their hands, and their no is in their belly. Like, you know, you just don't know until you ask.
That's right.
But you're forming a way of communicating with yourself. You can trust that.
You can trust yourself.
Yeah, if you can't trust yourself, you got nothing.
You ain't got nothing.
But let's
go
try.
ahead.
Let's try to develop that.
I think that's excellent. I've had a lot of friends that told me that they've used this technique and it works very well for them. So if you go into the supplement section of a store, and you got to really do your research on supplements too. Like, look for things that are independently owned. Don't just go out and buy everything off the shelf and then discover it's from China. And I love China. Don't get me wrong. It's not about China. It's about what the companies that are going to be using the purest ingredients. And so if you are interested in knowing some of those, just ask, because I've got a few of them that we use at home that are really, really wonderful. But if you take a supplement and you hold it to your solar plexus while you're standing, and you just ask if it's good for you. If it's good for you, you'll move forward. If it's bad, it'll push you away.
Interesting.
So, I mean, simple things like that.
You could do that with food.
You could do that with literally anything.
Anything that you could hold.
Yep.
I was also going to say, if you didn't necessarily want to go with supplements where you don't know, you don't trust, actual plants, like that you could grow yourself, and research what they do, and then
dandelions.
Yeah,
one of the best, right there.
Right. Right.
Sorry, I didn't interrupt you.
No, not at all. Like I just planted my tea garden, and I'm getting into that apothecary kind of. I've never done it before, but I'm curious about it, and I have something driving me to do that.
That's
so
right.
I'm going to listen.
I think it's wonderful.
Yeah.
And I do energy medicine, so that's been a lot of my focus, but always herbs and plants. Yeah. And diet. What we put into our body. You are what you eat.
Yeah. And psychedelics.
Ooh, I can't wait. We're going to be going down this path.
Yeah, they're helping a lot of people, even
Mm-hmm.
though it's not yet legal.
Mm-hmm.
It's still, I mean, a lot of people are doing it underground, and
Right.
it's really hard to control for everybody to be like, oh, that's illegal. Like, well, no,
Right.
it's like growing in my yard. So
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But be careful with that too. Like,
Yeah.
make sure you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, this topic is really robust
It is. Robust is right.
and complex.
And complex.
Yeah.
Yes.
And not one thing is good for everybody, and not one thing is bad for everybody.
That's
and
right.
you kind of have to tease that out for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. I love it.
Yeah. So anyway, that's what we focused on today in the Gateway. It was a really good meditation. I would encourage you to check it back with Patreon for when we do have it set up. Every single tier will have a 7-day free trial. So you don't have to invest yet. You can try it first and see how you like it.
Yep. You're going to love it.
And we were going to do a drawing today, but we're not prepared.
We're not prepared. Right in the night.
You can still gateway me.
That's right.
Go ahead
There you
and
go.
comment on YouTube once this video is up if you want to be entered into a drawing for a surrogate gateway.
A
Anything
private
else?
surrogate.
Yes, private.
Yes.
We'll make sure you get it. Anything else?
Well, I appreciate the ability to be open about how I feel about things, and
Yeah.
you just allowing me to spew about it.
I feel like we have good conversations.
Yes, absolutely.
And I always appreciate topics that people feel passionate about,
Mm-hmm.
because that makes me go, ooh, what's driving that? Like, I
Right.
want to understand.
Yes, yes. Back when my son was in school, I'm going to share all this very quickly, because I think that a lot of people think that there are very few no-vaxxers, especially in the children's, for children's vaccines. But when my son was in high school, now you got to remember that's almost 10 or 12, 15 years ago. When he was in high school, we had to have a doctor sign off on the
Oh, yeah. Like, you had to, in order to get you out of having to
Right.
immunize.
Immunize, yeah.
Immunize, yeah.
And so
A waiver.
A waiver, thank you. And the gal at the school was kind of like, she was a little annoyed with me because I didn't have it done yet. And so I thought, you know what, I'm just going to ask, how many of the students would you say their parents don't have them vaccinated? And she said, it's about 20%, and I'm one of them.
Wow.
So that was back then.
Wow.
What is it now?
Yeah.
So I just thought people might be interested in knowing.
Oh, now I feel like I got to say something else.
Please.
Because, well, with the COVID vaccine and them forcing people in order to keep their jobs,
Mhm.
you couldn't even get out of it when you had a religious
Right.
reason. Like,
Mhm.
they got really strict on
Yeah.
that.
Mhm.
And all of a sudden, your rights weren't supported.
Right.
And that was a big red flag to me.
Yeah, that was huge. Yeah. Well, what's that scripture in Revelation? They won't be able to buy or sell or trade and it didn't matter race nor. Anyhow, I'd have to look.
What was
that
the point?
scripture.
I mean, what was the message?
The message was, it just seemed like such a level of control. The mark of the beast.
Oh.
Yeah, such a level of control. People wouldn't be able to buy or sell or trade or anything like that if they didn't have the mark of the beast. And so it was like, that to me was like, maybe that wasn't the mark of the beast, but maybe it's coming. Maybe it's,
Well, I kind of feel like in general, the mark of the beast is just when you have ill intent. If somebody is pushing for something with ill intent,
Mhm.
that's what I would define as the mark of the beast.
Right.
It's not for the benefit
Right.
of
Mhm.
humanity.
Yeah.
It's
I'll
for
find the scripture and share it
self.
with you. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
My dad lost his job.
Yep. I knew a lot of people that lost or walked away from jobs
Mhm.
to avoid being forced.
And then he made a point. It was funny. He got let go
Mhm.
because he wouldn't get the vaccine.
Mhm.
And he had to go pick up all of his stuff, and he went in full gear, all covered up, just to make a point. Since you're so afraid of me.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. But a lot of people are realizing that now. And a lot of lawsuits are happening now.
Mhm. Yes, they are.
Because of that.
We have a friend in common that's been going through that for a while now.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's right.
Yep. So.
Anyway, we could go on and on,
Yes, we could.
but we can't because, it has to come to an end. At least for today.
Sadly.
But we will See you next Tuesday.
See you next Tuesday.
All right. Take care.